Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Tier Racing in MRC. The Tier 2 boys are going to be taking to the Hungarian track today. We are getting towards the end of the season, just one more race left after this, so the championship is hotting up right at the end of the season here. I am joined by my comrade in relegation, my Leeds United brother. It is Chris Bailey. How are we doing tonight?
Hello, babiest of the Hornets. I am good. How are we? You well?
Oh, we're surviving, cracking on.
Lovely.
Why don't you tell us about the championship standings for these boys?
Wow, that is a very interesting point. You're right, we are at the hot end of the season, as some would think. The action time. So, first things first, let's get the easy bits out of the way. The Constructors' Championships. The ever-dominant Haas team, which is, of course, Sociopath and Alex Jerek, they've been a crazy force, and they are 65 points clear with today and then next Monday's race, all that's left. They are 65 points clear of Red Bull, who are the only team that can stop them. Actually, technically speaking, Alpine can win it as well, but they need to get 1-2 finishes with faster lap points, with both Haas and Red Bull getting nothing in the next two races. Alternatively, Red Bull need to outscore Haas today by 21 points just to have a hope in the final race. That's a huge amount to outscore a team by 21 points. So, one of the Red Bulls needs to be winning the race, and the other one needs to be in the top 5 really to have a hope. Back to the driver standings. Oh,
can I just stop you for the driver standings?
Yeah,
because Gene Genie's about to start his first hot lap. So can you do a hot lap with him, and we'll come back to the drivers.
A hot lap of Gene Genie, or there's a mess I'd love to get involved in. Now then, across the line, this is one of the lowest top speeds we'll ever see in Formula 1 here. He's seeing about 190 miles an hour, braking at 90 metres for turn 1. You want to keep it neat and tidy on the inside. Let the car lazily go wide before coming tight again. On the run now for turn 2, brake at 70 metres. Again, you want to keep it as tight as you can, although Gene Genie's going wider. He's finding grip wide where others maybe wouldn't. Turn 3, lazy, easy flat corner. Now, the run up the hills, turn 4. It's a blind left-hand crest. Drop the speed, drop the gears, and flick it in as fast as you dare. Turn 5. It comes at you quickly. Don't touch that inside curb. It is lethal. Now, 6 and 7, the tight chicane. This is a tricky, clumsy corner, but if you get too much of the curb, it will send you wide. Too little, and you miss the apex. Now, 8, 9, 10, 11 are all flowing. Such fun corners, but if you get one apex wrong, you are screwed. A slight lift and downshift before you enter the final sector. Now, just 3 corners to go. The right-hander here is almost a 90-degree right. Brake early, get on the power early, and run down to the penultimate corner. Again, slightly off camber. You want to keep it tight as you dare on the inside before the final corner. There's so many lines you can take for this one. Personally, I prefer the tight line, but Gene Genie likes a wider line once again. DRS wide open, and across the line, 20.5.
Very nice banker from Genie there. Well done.
Not bad at all.
So yes, I'll jump back to you. Do tell us about the drivers' standings.
Yes, now then, there are a number of drivers who could indeed win the title. It can be wrapped up today. Our championship leader currently, we did allude to, is one of the Haas drivers. It is Federico Sabelli, also known as Sociopath. Now, he is on 108 points currently, 14 points clear of his teammate Alex Jerek. So, if Sociopath outscores his teammates by 11 points, and obviously doesn't lose too many points in the process, to Ilyan Maximov, also known as WeMax in P3, he will be championship winner today. So basically, a podium for Mr. Sabelli, Sociopath, and he is the champion. All it takes is top 3. Other drivers in the mix, you have got Alex Jerek and Ilyan, as we've mentioned. That's WeMax. Gene Genie, who we've just seen a hot lap from. He's not out of contention yet. He is 26 points off the lead, so he needs to outscore our championship leader, Sociopath, today to be in with a realistic hope. Fanning is in P5, also level on points with Gene Genie, so the same goes. He needs to outscore the championship leader. And don't count out Fabian, also known as Error Voice, and Lorpy. Both are within a very vague hope of winning the title. but they do need big results today with a bit of a disaster from those above them. So quite a few people to look out for. Obviously, we have mentioned in the Discord. Yeah, this is the most competitive tier, in my opinion. The most racy, the most action-packed, and probably the tightest in terms of realistic performance across the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, so obviously we have mentioned the Discord. Please, if you see a title rival coming along and you're not in the title fight, fight them all you like, but don't be nasty.
Yeah,
because
keep
at the end
it
of the day,
clean.
Yes. Respectful racing. Don't jump out their way, but also don't block them in a do-or-die send.
Yeah, absolutely. We want titles to be decided cleanly, fairly, and with a bit of action, but not being sent off track.
Exactly. Now then, Simon, what's your thoughts on this lovely track?
There are sections of this track that I absolutely adore, and there are sections of this track which, quite frankly, can get in the bin.
Okay, do you want to expand on that?
For example, turns 8, 9, 10, 11, I think it is, just after the chicane. I hate that section with a blind passion. I just cannot get it hooked up. I don't know why. I've practiced. I've put hours into it on every single game. I just don't like it. It doesn't work. Me and him, we're not friends. To be honest.
I'm the polar opposite. I love it. That middle sector, I adore it. But I do understand if you do get 1 meter offline on one of those corners, the whole sequence that follows is just a disaster.
Yeah.
So I do understand you.
Exactly. But I think overall it is a good track, and it separates the wheat from the chaff, you know? This is a very technical track, and it separates those who love a technical track from those who would rather have a track with a lot of low downforce.
Yes. And you're right, there's a lot of high downforce setups that you'll see today. If anyone breaks the 200 mile an hour speed barrier on the straight, then they're either hacking, insane, or there's a glitch, because no one should be hitting 200 miles an hour at this track.
No, I mean, the wings I'm running, I think I'm running 47, 45, like, you don't get much higher.
I'm not going to disclose the exact amount of rings, because I am racing in just over an hour.
Yep.
But I will confirm that I'm running very similar levels of wing to you.
Yep.
On both axes of the car.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
There aren't enough straights on this track to warrant having low downforce. You've got to be able to take the twisty parts well. That's where you're going to make the time up.
Indeed. And being, as you mentioned, a very technical circuit and high drag, of course, the setups that you run in the dry here will not be too dissimilar to what would work on a slippery, wet, moist, damp circuit.
Yeah.
So you can get away with the dry setup or the wet setup in either condition here. It's pretty safe.
Yeah, they're pretty similar, I would say.
Indeed.
Well, what's interesting is we're at 9 minutes left, and there are 4 people who still haven't actually set a time yet.
Indeed. Now, Error Voice is one of them. He's on a lap in the final sector.
Yeah, he was 55 seconds at the end of the second sector. I have no idea what that means, but I'm going to assume it's an okay lap.
Well, I mean, it's Fabian, so it has to be okay, because Fabian is amazing.
He is, and he does an 18.6, a very respectable lap.
Indeed. Gassian is also on a lap. He's another of the drivers. He is in the middle sector right now, so I'll keep an eye on him. We have got Mercedes around just ahead of him, though, but they are moving again, so all is well.
Good.
Yep, 56.6 is his delta time, so he's a little bit slower than Fabian to that point.
Okay.
But
that's not the end of the world.
Delta. If it was, I'd be really worried. Oh, he's very wide at the penultimate corner. Oh, huge drift.
Let's have a look. Wow. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes to do a 19.7.
Yeah, scrappy final sector from Lorpe. Sorry, from Gasgan, even, not Lorpe. I do apologise, Lorpe. Scrappy final sector, but it's a time on the board. Ghost Rider's pitted. Ryan, the red car Rambo, is on a lap now.
Let's see
He's
what
the
he's
last.
going to be at the end of the second sector.
Nice and clean through the flat right.
57.7, so again a little bit slower, but...
Indeed, bit slow.
Maybe he'll have a rapid final sector. Fox
Wow,
with a 71!
Fox River. There you go, he's gone 6/10 faster than anybody else so far.
This is a man who...
Trio.
This is a man who, in my opinion, belongs in Tier 1. On his day, he is a rapid driver, is Fox.
He was Tier 1 when I first joined the league.
Yeah.
And then he took a spell away, came back, and he's been one of the front runners in Tier 2 ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He is a rapid man.
Oh, here we are. One of the title contenders is just flexing his muscles slightly. Alex Jarrett goes P2.
Ooh, yes, he does with a 17.7. Very nice lap.
It's going to be interesting. Are the Haas boys going to play the team game, or are they going to fight it today? Because they are the main two contenders.
They are. They are indeed. And yeah, I don't know, because Alex is a man who is rapidly quick as well as Sociopath. So is one going to want to sacrifice anything for the other?
Depends. Have they made a friendship, or are they just two fast people in the same uniform?
Very good question. Genie is 10th and a half up at the moment at the end of the second sector.
Has he got some magic in his bottle to whip out?
Can he have a madly quick final sector? Looks very tidy through the penultimate corner. Takes it out nice and wide. Pulls it in nice and close. Gets on the power. What's he going to do? A 1:18.4. Improves by half a second at the end. So a very nice final sector.
Now, someone you want to watch out for is Fanning. He's currently P9. His lap at an 18.3. He's set on mediums. He's now out on the softs. He's just started a lap.
This is another man who is just unbelievably rapid on his day.
He's an
Absolutely
outside
amazing.
shot for the title. He does need a big result, and he needs, in the nicest possible way, other people to really have a nightmare. But he likes these low speed, high downforce tracks.
Well, that's half a second in the first sector.
Yeah, cracking first sector. A little bit wide at turn 4, but hopefully he's not lost too much.
Very nice through the chicane, very tidy. We dropped a gear for 10 and 11. I'm not used to it.
I personally do the same. It's a comfort thing, really. 55.0 is his middle sector split. He has got some traffic ahead of him. The Aston
Genie
does
gets
get out of the way
way.
now. Nicely done. Good etiquette.
Here he comes. 17.2!
I told you there was a man you want to watch out for. I did say you want to watch out for Mr. Fanning. That is a cracking lap. Someone else you want to watch out for is Woomax, P19. He is third in the championship going into this penultimate round. Now, he's not got a time on the board because that 27.3, it might as well not be there. And this lap's no better because he's just cut turn 4.
Yeah, he's not having a good
Woomax
time.
having issues.
For all of those in the YouTube chat who are unaware, we have had a patch update today and it deleted all of our wheel settings. So we are adjusting to new settings, trying to find our old ones. So some people may just be struggling to find their correct wheel settings, trying to run on a new setting. So we're maybe not seeing everybody's full potential today.
Although one thing that is for certain is if you're on a controller, this is the news you wanted to hear because this doesn't affect you so much. With all due respect, you know, each their own, but controller users, I personally feel, have always had a bit of an advantage, and well.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's Fox
moments.
River 8 who's in first. He is a pad user, I can confirm.
As is Fanning.
As is Fanning, there you go. See, half a second at the top there, and we know why.
Yes. Don't blame it on the good times, don't blame it on the bad times, blame it on the controller. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Anyway.
Simba's half a
Speaking of
second up
sunshine.
in the second sector.
Ooh,
This could
Mr.
chuck him into the
Simba.
top 10 quite nicely.
Mr. Raw himself.
Depending on how this final sector goes. Looking very
put
tidy
him-
through that.
This could put him in the top 8 potentially, maybe even higher. He's 7!
70.9! Very nice lap.
What a fantastic lap by the man with a bigger beard than I have an appetite, and that's saying something.
He does have a big beard, it's very impressive.
It really does put mine to shame. Now then. Who are you thinking of looking at right now?
At the moment, I'm looking at a Tier 3 driver who's standing in, Mr. Melvin.
Ooh.
Who is three tenths up in the first sector.
Now, that is not a bad way to start your lap.
It's not. That'll give you a lot of confidence going into the second sector. And takes that chicane very nicely. Yeah, this is all looking pretty tidy, I have to say.
Ooh, bit of a break for turn 11 there, though. I personally
Half a
kept it flat.
second.
Yeah, this will put him around where Error Voice and Genie are. That's where
Yeah.
this should put him.
Depending on how his final sector comes. Carries a good amount of speed through there.
Nice and stable on that rear end.
1
And he
minute
goes P11.
18.2. Very nice.
Good lap.
Very good lap.
Whoa, now Carl Eden's bit is 8 tenths up at the middle sector. He's not yet set us off lap times, so this could put him around the same point as Melbourne and Sociopath.
Yeah.
He's another pad user, so he's got the unfair advantage. But jokes aside, you've still got to deliver. Carl is P3!
17.4! Oh, that's an amazing lap. What a final
What a lap
sector.
by Carl. What a lap. Wow.
Massive lap.
Indeed.
Who have we got?
Hoseman. Hoseman's on a lap. We haven't really talked about Sunday today, but he's 3 tenths up on himself. This
Very
will put
nice.
him in the mix for the top 4 as well. Maybe
It
the top
will.
3.
Depends how his last sector goes. He looks very nice through there. Keeps it very tidy, gets on the power. That looked very, very tidy.
P4.
17.5, very nice.
So Ferrari 3-4. Now then.
Oh, I just jumped on board with Dumbest Hornet as he had a massive slide.
Your brother's sliding around like a madman.
He is. He had a huge kick in the middle sector. He might still
A
be able
donkey
to...
kick.
Oh, yes. He might still be able to gain a bit back because he was only 0.09 down. Here he comes.
P9.
Very small improvement, but he'll take top 10, I'm sure.
Oh, Lorpy's dropped at the final corner.
Oh,
Lorpy
no!
lost at the final corner. He's reversing. Oh, what a shame. I think he was up on his lap. But he's going to have to settle for an 18-0 after all of that. Oh, dear.
I'm on board with Sociopath, who in the first sector was out on his time.
Indeed. Around the final corner. This doesn't look like he's going to improve much. He does, but not by a lot.
800th. That's
The
not
championship
what he wanted
leader.
today. Jackster's gone
No.
round.
Oh, dear. So the championship leader will be no higher than 11th and no lower than 12th.
And
depending on
Era
what Era
Voice
Voice
is
does.
he's not
backed
setting
off.
a lap.
Yep,
So that
that's
is
the
our
grid.
starting grid. So I'll just run through that quickly now. Just got a couple of people going in the pit. So Fox takes pole, followed by Fanning, Bit, Hoseman, Alex Ajiric, Jackster, Ghost Rider and P7. Very impressive from Tier 3. Simba, Dumbest Hornet, and Loppy. Followed by Melvin, Captain Nibs, Genie, Era Voice, Woomax, Gatian, Monster, Connor, and Redcar taking up P20. Any early predictions
what.
for a race winner, mate?
Yes, I'm going to tell you now, that's a very mixed up grid, but this is a hard place to overtake.
Yeah.
So, really, you've got to look at the top 5.
Yeah.
Anyone in the top 5's got a realistic chance. That's not to say no one else does, but I personally, last week's winner was Hoseman in Silverstone, and he's since coming back, he's looking more and more comfortable every week. I'm going to put my money on Hoseman again to do back-to-back wins.
I'm going to put my money on Fox, actually.
Yeah, it's a wise call. You know, he's on pole. He's very quick. We know this.
This is a man who has actually done practice this week, which is very unusual for Fox. So I think he's going to be very, very difficult this week.
Indeed. Simmer's just messaged to say his prediction is to start P8 like he is now and finish last. So,
oh, I don't see that. I
goes.
think he's got a good shout of finishing. I think he could get top 5.
He is running no ABS for the first time on this game, so we'll see. He's on a learning curve, which is great to see, and we love progression, we love development, we love learning. So let's see how he copes. But let's see what the weather's like. What's the weather going to be?
Oh, I'd give anything for a wet Hungary. That is always an exciting race.
Oh,
no, it's looking very dry. It's looking very dry. That's very, very disappointing. I actually made my MRC debut in a tiered race in Hungary.
Did you now?
In Tier 2, it was absolutely chucking it down, and I went through about 8 front wings.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can believe that here, actually.
Yeah,
someone who needs to watch their front wing after a comment they've made in YouTube chat, though, is Andrew Mornster. So Andrew Morn, also known as the Mornster. He's an Aston Villa fan who said here, and I'll quote, "Good evening to you both. Watkins better than Bamford confirmed." Well, you know what? You need to remember, Leeds fans don't tend to like Patrick Bamford, so your criticism is misplaced awfully.
Yes.
Hello to Steve J, also known as Kaiser Soze. He says, "Good luck, and I hope the sets haven't screwed people over." He doesn't feel too happy based on his comment, and Martin Hills is gutted to be missing this track. He loves it here. Now, I'm going to do a special shout out because tomorrow, according to Facebook, is Mandy Grantham's birthday. So happy birthday in advance to her Mandiness. And before you ask, I know everything. I know everything.
Not that he's stalking you at all.
No, I'm not a stalker. I'm Tyrion Lannister. I drink and I know things. Hello to Anas Ramar. And Mornster said he had a 17.3 in the bag, but he invalidated.
Ah, that's gutting, mate. That would have been P3 potentially.
It could have been. You are very welcome, Mandy.
Let's look at the tyres for the race. So, my gosh, we've got a lot of people on the mediums. The top 4 are on mediums. P6 to P12 are on mediums. Genie's on medium. And then 17 to 19 are on mediums. On the softs, we've got Redcar, Iravoice, and Alex Agirik. And on the hards, we've got Captain Nibs and Woomax.
Indeed. Now, not to give away my plan too much, but it's kind of an obvious one, as everyone in Tier 2 seems to have followed. The strategy, really, you're looking medium hard.
Yep.
You could do medium soft, but to be honest, your mediums and softs will be worse than bad after, 15 laps on the medium is okay. You can get to 20, but they're awful. Same with the softs. You can do 10 laps, you get 15, and you start wishing you hadn't turned up. So medium hard is a safe bet. The hard feels awful, so you want to get the mediums to go as long as you can before you get on the hards.
Yeah.
Get track position on maybe on an undercut if you can bottle it.
Yeah. Good evening, Saviour. Lovely to see you in the YouTube chat. He says, "Chris, let's finish the battle we started Friday."
Yeah. We had a lovely fight on Friday, and unfortunately, stupid lemon drive-through ruined what was a great fight. But yes, let's have another fight today. Saviour and Bailey to come first and second. You heard it here first.
Oh. I look forward to seeing that one. Right, we are all lined up on grid. So we have... Oh, hang on. The game's just trying to figure itself out. There we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are... away! Oh, good start. He could get the move. on Fox. He has got the move done before the corner. Is Fox going to come back at him? No, he's going to try and defend P2, but Alex Ajuric is going to send it up the outside. Is he going to get the move done? He does get the move done. Fox loses 2 off the start.
Sociopath. Oh, Sociopath's down in position. Oh no, he's grabbed it again now. I'll tell you what we saw there was a lot of drives on the outside turn 1, finding so much more grip. That is the place you want to be on the first corner, on the outside line.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Much more grip on the outside line.
Gassian's had a disaster. He's down to P16.
Oh, that's not a good start for him.
Struggling too. Remax down in 18th. One of our championship contenders. Not where he wants to be.
No, absolutely. And
oh, Simmer's had a moment.
Oh, where's Sim? Oh, he's down in P16.
He's down to 16. He was in P10 at one point. He's now 16th.
Oh, that is a big shame. Maybe his prediction is going to come true. Tell you what, not the best start. He is pushing Alex Ajuric around this track. But Alex got a very nice exit out of the last corner.
He did. No DRS for another 2 laps. Well, another lap and a half, that is.
Yeah, indeed. Let's jump on board with Dumbest Hornet, who's about to make a move on Loppy, potentially. No, he keeps it back. He had half a look, though.
Indeed. The biggest move from the start is Error Voice. 5 places up, 15th to 10th. The next one is Gassian, 17th, now 13th. He's recovered some positions. They are the movers. As Alex Ajuric, 3 places, 5th to 2nd.
Very nice start from Alex Ajuric.
The biggest loser is Simba, 8 places down. Disaster for the Lion King.
That's really not good. Oh, I'm breaking up quite badly apparently, so I'm going to disconnect and reconnect my headset. 2 seconds.
We're breaking up? That's not okay. Fear not, everyone. We are just having mild technical difficulties. Into Martin Hill's call pointing out the wire that got trampled on by his silly motorcycle, or bicycle even.
Hopefully that has sorted the issue.
You stand as beautiful as ever.
Oh, you're too kind.
But to make sure the sound check is okay, you must sing for us.
Yeah, that was a good try. Well done.
Anyway, back to the front, and
yes.
Alex is right up the chuff of Thomas Fanning.
Yeah, and we are going to get DRS later on this lap.
In fact, Alex is lining him up in turn 1. Here we go. This could be the move for the lead. Very late on the brakes on both of them. Oh, that's super late. Fanning on the outside had all the grip and therefore all the opportunity to pull away. Well driven from both of them.
Very good driving, well done. And Fox is going to be loving these two battling in front of him because he can just comfortably sit behind and just let what happens in front of him happen.
Indeed. Hoseman's got past Bit, the Ferraris have inverted.
Yeah.
They are slowly dropping out of touch from the front 3. They need to close up. They need to get in the DRS gap of those ahead. Otherwise, they are going to drop. There's a bit of a train going on as well from Lorpy, who's now up to P8. All the way down to the Mercedes of Melvin.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. That's a very long DRS train. So, I mean, Loppy could be in a bit of a problem here.
Indeed.
Oh, Alex, I think, had an issue because Fox is right up his chuff now.
Indeed. Connor, 3 seconds for all track limit infringements. Early in this race, that is not what you want to have against your name.
No.
The DRS is now live. Fanning had a great drive on the final corner and had a bit of a run. As he said before, Alex had a moment in the final sector. That looks to have saved him on this lap. DRS is so powerful with such high downforce though.
It is really, really powerful around this track. It can make a huge difference. But Fanning lives to fight another day. Speaking of fighting, Gatian and Genie, hang on. Having a big fight in the first sector here.
Oh, Gassian's got very wide at turn 2.
Yes, Genie has half a look, but very smartly just decides to let that one pass.
Indeed. Lorpy is a bit wide at turn 4. He's going to get track limit warnings and penalties if he's not careful.
And it's let Dumbest Hornet get right up to him with that.
Oh, and Gassian had an awful line through that chicane, and you're right. Sorry, I'm looking at a slightly different fight here to you. You said Dumbest Hornet. I'm looking at the other AlphaTauri.
Oh, I was looking at, Loppy.
Ah, sorry, apologies. I'm looking at Mr. Gassian, but we can jump forward.
Dumbest Hornet's got himself set up quite nicely here for a run down the DRS straight.
So is Alex and Jarek. Ooh, Alex for the moment in the final corner, and that's just allowed Fanning to run away again.
But not enough for Fox to catch up, so we'll see if Dumbest Hornet can get a move done. He is gaining, but I don't think he's going to have quite enough time, so he's going to have to use the second DRS straight.
You can line the car up nicely through turn 1 if you're clever. Think back to Hamilton-Alonso in 2021. It took Hamilton, even with a faster car and better tyres, a long time and a lot of strategical defensive and overtaking planning from both of them to get the move done. It's so hard to overtake here.
It is. It's basically Monaco, but without the walls quite as close.
Yeah, pretty much.
I tell you what, though, Hosman has closed the gap and is now right up the back of Fox.
Indeed, and he's dragged along his teammate. Carl McVitie's Hobnob Edens has dragged along with him. So the Ferraris are playing the team game well here.
They are.
They know what they're doing.
Oh, Fox ran very wide there, though.
Indeed. Alex is almost out. Actually, Alex is out of DRS. Can he? Is he going to be back in time? It looks like he should be back in time for the DRS line, though. But let's see as we come to the section.
Fox has lined himself here, though.
I think Alex is going to miss out on DRS, you know, and if so,
I think
he does. Alex didn't get it.
Here comes Fox.
Indeed. Don't forget, this is a double DRS, so you also get DRS out of turn 1 into the run to turn 2.
You do.
If you were the car behind at the final corner. Disaster for Mr. Ajeric.
And Fox has got into the DRS of Fanning already.
Oh no, there was double DRS, he either had it from the previous detection.
Yeah, but he's within a second of Fanning is more what I mean.
Yes, oh yes, yes. But this is disastrous for the title hopes for Mr. Ajeric, because now he was capitalising on his teammate not being in the points. Whereas now, he'll still overtake his teammate, but not by as much. Fanning is the one who's really licking his lips because he's going to gain 25 points on our leader and 10 points on the runner-up. This is just what Fanning needs to have a hope.
Do you know the issue with Alex? He's on softs. Alright, we're only on lap 6, but he's already going to be going through some pretty severe greening at this point.
Yeah, someone else who's struggling, Connors, just picked up his second 3-second penalty.
Gutting.
Usman's gone wide at the fast right-hander and has let his teammate Carl through.
Wow.
Ferraris have re-inverted again.
They
now,
have.
Carl needs to hurry. He needs to get right at the back of Alex, who looks vulnerable on those soft tyres.
Let's see if Fox can get a run on Fanning here.
He will here. Here we go. These two have dropped Alex already. The soft tyres are not working as predicted.
That DRS is so
wow!
awful.
How close was Fox to not making that move by being off track? He was so close.
He's got the move
but
done.
He's got it done.
He is going to stick in with P1. Now he needs
to
get his foot down.
Connors rounds in the final sector.
That is absolutely gutting for him.
Indeed. Connor's a man who's really struggled this season. It's a shame to see because ultimately he was our Tier 3 winner last season.
Yeah.
Comes to Tier 2 and he just doesn't look comfortable. I think it's this game, and he's retired in the pit lane. Yeah, this game, he has said before, he's just not comfortable with the handling model.
It is a very, very different handling model, to be fair. I find you either love it or you hate it on this game.
Indeed. Now, Carl is lining up Alex Ajeric here. The man who's going to love this most is Fanning. Fanning will want to see both the Haas drivers struggle to give him every opportunity. So, Championship Rundown, Team Genie, Rumax and Sociopath, 3 of the Championship runners, are not even in the points.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I say that. Sociopath now is in the points because Jackster and Ghost Rider have had a moment.
They have.
But Sociopath on minimal points. Alex is only P3. Genie's not in the points. Rumax not in the points. For Fanning, this is the dream. This is the scenario he was hoping for.
It
and
really
the Ferraris
is.
are all over Alex now, so this could get from bad to worse for the Haas team.
I mean, I don't see Alex pulling off much more in this stint on those soft tyres. He's going to have to pit pretty soon, I would say.
you can go to like 14, 15, 16 depending on your tyre wear, but the pace, as I was saying earlier, the pace on these soft tyres, they're good for a few laps, then they drop off quickly, then they drop off really quickly.
Yeah.
The hard tyre is a slow tyre, but it's consistent. The soft tyre is fast, but after 7 or 8 laps, it's slower than the hard.
I mean, the
Right
best
now,
race tyre around here is just the medium tyre, I think, is the simple fact.
Yeah, if you could get away with a medium, you would. Without any shadow of doubt, you'd run medium, bang on, happy days. But, of course, the strategy game is obviously to run 2 compounds, and frankly that makes it more exciting.
Absolutely.
The other man who gambled on a set of softs was Ryan O'Rourke, who pitted on lap 1 to get rid of him straight away. He's on the mediums. He's quite a way back, so's Mornster, having both pitted, they're quite a way back. But it doesn't mean the race is over for them.
No, a safety car can come at any moment.
Speaking of what's coming at any moment, Carl is rapidly closing in, and so is Hoseman on Alex. Ferraris need to play the team game here. They need to not do what Mercedes did in Singapore, which is hold each other up and fight each other when they have the common enemy ahead.
I have to say, Alex is just getting a very good run out of turn 1.
Yeah, I think that's where Carl looks a bit weaker, and the Ferraris are inverting. Again, Hoseman now ahead of Carl. They've swapped in the run to turn 4.
They are fully playing the team game here today. Fair play to the boys.
They are. And they are now 2.3 seconds clear of Dumbest Hornet, who is slowly pulling away from Aerovoice. Aerovoice is now the bit of a cork in the bottle. Look at the train behind him on his soft tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't say this very often, but fair play to Dumbest Hornet. He's having a very quiet but very, very good little race. Just quietly plugging away, slowly making the places up. You won't hear me say that very often.
Anyway, so now Hoseman looks much closer than Carl does out of that final corner. How much DRS does Hoseman have? Because Alex is out. Surely this is a move for the Ferrari. Yeah, there we go.
He gets
done
it
and
done
dusted,
nice and
custard.
easily. Now, how team game is he going to play? Is he going to try and back Alex Agieric up into Carl? Or is he just going to try and drive away?
Fanning's dropping back from Fox, by the way. Fox, having regained the lead, is now slowly pulling away.
I did say, once he gets the chance... Sociopath's round! Having fought back, he's now down to P9 again.
Oh, dear.
He's not having the race he needs fighting this title.
No. For a man who can tie up the title today, this is really going against plan. Mornster's in the pits. He's also retired. Mornster, just like Connor, had 6 seconds of penalties and was running at the back, having had some spins, and he's called it a day.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yes, it is. Now then. Hoseman has not dropped Alex. That is the crucial fact here.
Yeah.
Which means Carl, who's all over the back of the pass, can't get a move.
Oh, he's just about got it to a second now.
The DRS is active though for Alex. That will save him from Carl's attack. Carl is quick on the straight, but just doesn't have the run to get the move done yet. We might see it next lap. Alex is really struggling through turn 1 for grip. Huge twitch!
Huge kick, and here comes Carl! There he goes!
Well reacted by Carl. Very well reacted, and
very
through he goes.
Good overtake.
Oh, it's collision!
Oh, he's lost it! Oh.
Alex hit the back of Carl. I have to say, that looked to me like the Haas just didn't quite react to Carl's line, and...
Yeah,
they both back out. Dumbest Hornet is the winner out of that one, because he's now right on the back of Alex.
Oh, he's going to send it around the outside. Oh, a bit of a twat.
He's round. What a move.
What a move by Dumbest Hornet. Fair play to the boy.
Yeah, Alex's softs are absolutely Charles Leclerc on.
They
if
are
you watch the race yesterday, you know what we mean.
Absolutely.
Oh dear. For a man who looked like he could steal the early lead, he's really
gone wrong.
Really struggling.
Already 2 seconds off Dumbest Hornet.
He's surely going to dive into the pits for a set of hards, surely.
You've got to at this point. There's not much else you can do, really.
Now, that altercation means Carl is 4 seconds off of his teammate, and sure as anything, Alex does pit. He is the first of the leading pack to pit, the first of the point runners to pit. Oh, we've got yellow flag, final sector. Is that Jax around? I think Jax has had a moment.
Oh, that's a shame. He looked like he could have had a good race.
Error Voice also pits on the soft tyre, so that means all of our soft tyre runners have got rid of them.
And have shown that the soft tyre really, unfortunately, isn't the tyre around here.
As bad as the hard tyre is, the soft tyre is worse.
Yeah.
Play the lesser of two evils and just play medium hard with everybody. Don't be silly today.
Exactly.
I'm going to run soft medium just to go against the grain. I'm not really. Now,
I don't know when you're referring to, Martin, but I definitely didn't mean to say that.
Is Master making accusations? Again?
Maybe.
Oh, I heard that too. Now, I did hear that, but I was hoping that you said something about my good brother Pratt, rather than...
I don't even remember the context of what I was talking about at that point, to be honest.
Let's pretend it didn't happen. Martin's full of rubbish. He's breathing in foreign air that has done things to his head that he's not used to.
You'd never hear me say something so rude on stream.
No, and as these fans, we stick together. Sorry, Martin.
Absolutely.
You must have had too many shandies. I remember my first bit. Yeah. Now, we are approaching the point of where the medium tyre runners are going to consider pitting.
Yeah.
Anywhere up to lap 17, if they're going to go onto the hards, anywhere up to lap 17 will be their pit strategy. If they're going to go medium soft, they need to go at least until lap 20-21.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to leave it too long, and my prediction, I haven't done a race sim, but my prediction is that the undercut is going to be powerful here.
It is. So, for context, when... on Friday in MRCX, there was a couple of lap shootout at the ends with soft tyres.
Yep.
And I went from P15 to P6 in
there
2
you
laps.
Go.
Now, granted, it was a mixed grid of mixed abilities and mixed tyres and such. Most people didn't pit because of when the safety car came out, and I got lucky that it suited me. However, I would say you're looking a good first few laps on the tyre, you're looking a good 2 seconds, maybe more. Especially with a bit of VRS recharge, you could really fly. Speaking of flying...
Here comes Dumbest Hornet, by the way, who is right up the back of Carl going into the final corner. This could be his moment.
This should be a good fight between these two. I'm getting Singapore throwbacks here. A McLaren in the DRS of a Ferrari.
Is he going to send it?
But not making a move.
He's too sensible for that. Just trying to tweak Carl into a mistake.
Ooh,
oh, the big twitch! So he's missed his opportunity there, unfortunately.
Indeed. These two are just dropping back from Hoseman. Hoseman's not making inroads really on Fanning at this stage. No. 3 seconds is the gap there. 3.7 for Fanning to the race leader. It's now 4. Lorpy's made a move on Jean Genie.
Oh, he has. Hello.
Hello.
Very nice.
Boys.
Hello, hello.
Now then. Oh, the Aston Martin driver's contact! Oh, Jean just clips the back of the Tauri. And Captain Nibs is ready to have a nibble at the back of the Aston Martin now.
Nibs is going to have a nibble.
On Friday. Exactly, you knew where I was going with that. Redcar Rambo's lost it at turn 3!
No! And that's a safety car!
Now then, everyone at this moment, surely, if you are, no matter what tyre you're on, you pit.
Yeah.
If you're on a hard, you go medium. If you're on a medium, you go hard.
The person who's really lost out is Fox, because he was past the pit by the time the safety car came out.
And he's gonna pick up the safety car.
He is.
Fox River is in so much trouble right now.
He is in a pickle.
And everyone is pitting. And mind you, Simba nearly had a moment at the pit entry. Every single driver has come into the pits.
That is... wow.
With the exception of Fox River. Even Alex Jarek, who's just pitted, is coming into the pits. Yep. Probably for another set of mediums. The exception is Error Voice, who's on the hards. He's staying out. So Error Voice, Ghost Rider, Brand New Hards, and of course the race leader, Fox River, are the only three in the whole field to not pit.
I'll tell you who's gained off this, unless I've missed something, is Sociopath is suddenly up to P6.
He is Sociopath, the championship leader, suddenly is ahead of his teammate. He's ahead of all of his rivals except for Fanning. And Fanning is, in the nicest possible way, in need of a big result over Sociopath. So it isn't really his main focus. As it stands, if he finishes like this, Sociopath will be a happy man.
Yeah.
Because, let me get my calculator out here, he'll get 8 points for P6. And he's currently, unless I'm mistaken, 15 points clear.
But bear in mind, Fox still have to pit, so Fanning's P1 and Sociopath's P5 as it stands.
Right, so 10 points for Sociopath, and doesn't change anything for anyone else. He's currently 14 clear, so that would leave him 24 points clear going into the last round. He would only need 9th in the fastest lap, or P8, no matter what anyone else does, to be champion. And Fox pits. He knows he'll lose time, but it's still the lesser of two evils. Fox is in the box.
Absolutely. And I mean, he's got pace. He probably thinks he can fight back quite nicely anyway.
He will. But this suits Fanning, it suits the Ferraris. And of course, your brother and Sociopath will be absolutely laughing. Fox is going to come out around Lorpy and Genie. No, Genie's going to be ahead of him. It's going to be so close. Yeah, Genie's got him. Will he get ahead of the Alfa Romeo? Nibs is ahead. Just. So he's ahead of his teammate, just behind Captain Nibs. That's not where Fox wanted to be.
So maybe a bit of team play could help here?
Yep.
Maybe.
No, Captain Nibs is someone I want to watch out for. He's on the medium tyre. He's one of only 3 drivers on the medium.
Yep.
So, the medium tyre is the preferable tyre, but it depends. Can Nibs get it working, and can he get past Ghost Rider, who's on old, hard tyres, or 7-lap old, so old compared to everyone else. The oldest tyres on the grid.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, from this point, it's 20 laps to the end, basically. That's a long way for those medium tyres to go. So he wants to make a lot of hay while the sun is shining, because by the end of this stint, those tyres are going to feel grim. Unless he gets a couple of safety cars.
Safety car is in this lap, speaking of it, and we are in the final sector now. So Fanning will restart back when he is ready.
I will get the telemetry up and we will see when he goes. He's not doing a slow safety car restart. To be honest, this is one of the fastest safety car restarts I've seen.
Indeed, I would have gone out the penultimate corner. That's what I did on Friday in X. It's what Sadie did.
And he goes. And he's caught Hoseman sleeping in no way, shape or form. That is a very good restart from Hoseman. And Bit is doing very well there as well.
You can tell what Sociopath
is going for dumbest.
On the inside. And he's got the move. But can Sociopath hold it on the exit? No, Dumbest Hornet gets
good grip from Dumbest Hornet. Just closing the door. That was some very, very good defensive driving.
That was great driving from them both. Well fought, both of them.
Very nice indeed. Bit gets 3 seconds.
And, oh wow. I have to say, this is almost title critical here for Sociopath. If he can get one more position,
he's got a podium.
Earlier, he's got a potential podium because he just needs to clear past Dumbest Hornet, and with Carl's penalty, the podium that he needs to secure the title, it's there.
It's there. He's done it. It is so tight now, but Sociopath cannot afford a single mistake at this point.
This is going to be tight. Melvin is the latest to pick up a penalty for track limits. Oh dear.
It is so easy around this track to get penalties. Captain Nibs is right at the back of Ghost Rider. Could he be looking at a move down the straight?
I don't know, but someone who is Fox River and Genie. The comeback, the angry comeback, because he is going to be really riled up in that car. And up the inside, into P8 he goes in turn 1.
That's a very nice move. Well done.
No DRS as well at this stage.
He's lost a little bit of time to Loppy on that move, but no doubt he'll gain that back pretty quickly.
Of course he will.
Yeah, there you go. He's already got it down to about 0.8 of a second. Good evening, Mr. J. Sarge.
J. Sarge? Who's he?
Yeah, never heard of him, but apparently he's in our YouTube chat.
Oh, it's a shame. We don't like spam accounts.
I tell you what, though, Sociopath has fallen off the back of Hornet a bit here.
He has. Now, that could just be a small error. It could be that he is just getting his composure and dropping back. It could be that he's overheating the tyres, brakes and the engine. That does happen on the game.
Yeah, it does, and it really, really affects your drive.
Someone who's not dropping back is Hoseman. Look at him on the back of Fanning.
Oh, he is right there. Fanning's left the session! Oh, no!
The race leader's about to be overtaken because he's just lost connection. Oh, no.
Oh, that's tragic!
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Can he hang on? Oh, Hoseman would almost feel guilty for passing him. Fanning, we know, has got a bit of a weak internet connection, and he has dropped down to P4.
Maybe you could just drop him a fresh invite quickly, Chris Bailey.
Yes, I will. I'll do that now.
Good man, and I'll keep us updated. Loppy and Fox is right on the back of Loppy here. He's wasted no time in closing that gap down. Practically pushing him up the hill here. Looking very nice. Let's go back to Dumbest Hornet, actually, who is practically pushing Carl around the track.
Indeed. Now, the Ferrari duo at front is extremely exciting to see. Although they don't look as good without that special yellow and black livery.
Oh, that was a beautiful livery.
It is, and was. Fox River, by the way. Look at him on the back of Lorpy. Hello to Lorpy's good friend Ben van der Menster, who also known as G-Star. Hello, G-Star.
Good evening, sir.
And Fanning's AI Ghost has pitted.
Oh, what? No!
That is bizarre.
That's so weird.
Here we go, Fox River and Lorpy closing on Error Voice, but it's not going to be a move here from either of them.
But I think, it looked like Fox was maybe looking at a move up the inside, but couldn't quite get it done.
Indeed. Oh, switchback coming on from Melvin on Simba. Oh, it's ever so tight between those two. Melvin and Simba between turn 3, 4 and then turn 4 got a little bit dicey, but they're both clean and still racing.
Very, very good to see. God, Fox is literally pushing Loppy around this track. He is so desperate to get past.
It is another man desperate to make a move is Alex Jarek in P14 and Wumax in P13. P2 and P3 in the championship, and they are in 13th and 14th on track.
Yeah.
Disaster. And obviously now we're Fanning in P17. Those two obviously we mentioned not on the points. Genie's only P8. Sociopath, it's gone from a disaster for him into
Here comes Dumbest Hornet! Looking at a move on Carl. Carl's gone for the inside line.
Well, Dumbest Hornet is a bit too wide for me.
They're neck and neck! He gets the move done up to P2. Very nice driving.
Very clean driving from them both there. Carl well defended, but as ultimately Hornet just had the pace.
And has the pace. He is opening up that gap already.
Indeed. Now Sociopath will be eyeing up making a move on Mr. Edens as well. He needs to close the gap a bit.
Yeah, indeed, but he doesn't need to push too hard because that penalty will get him onto that podium anyway.
Indeed, and that, as it stands, is all he needs with Rumax, with Gingini, and with Fanning all not in the points, and of course his teammate Alex Jarek. A podium would seal the title today.
Yeah, it would indeed. Oh, Fox has a great run! Can he send it up the inside?
What a
A little
move.
bit of wheel bashing, but he gets through. What a move
They
by
just
Fox.
kept it clean on track there. Very well done.
Whoa.
That was a Kimi Raikkonen bore as Team Genie runs
It
wide the
was.
penultimate corner. And Fox is now going to have a run at Error Voice to P5.
And he gets a
this will be
very
an easy
nice
pass.
exit. He is absolutely flying on those hard tyres.
He is.
Wow, he is.
Oh,
he
Fox is off! Fox in the wall!
Oh no, he's lost.
He's
out. Oh no!
And that's a
Safety car.
safety car.
Oh! Now what do you do at this point? Do you pit for a
Um,
fresh set of softs? Do you just see it out on the hard tyres?
Now, you could pit for a soft, it won't be worth it. You could go for a medium if you have a brand new or scrubbed set of mediums, but frankly, track position, you struggle to make the places back too easily.
Yeah.
It's a tough call. I would stay out just purely on the principle that if you're Hoseman, for example, if you're lucky, you might come out in P5
Yeah.
if the cars behind Error Voice will pit, but frankly,
It's not worth the risk, really,
I
is
would
it?
stay out. I would
But
stay out.
is it one of those things that you see one person pit and everyone sort of panics and goes, well, I have to pit?
Here we go. Hoseman stays out.
As does Hornet.
Thomas Hornet stays out. Carl, he's making a late decision. He was umming and ahhing. He stayed out. As has Sociopath. Error Voice
Yeah, I don't think anyone's
makes a
going to
very
pit.
late call. Error Voice pits. Very late call from Error
Ooh,
Voice.
interesting.
As does Ghost Rider. So does WeMax. Both Williams are in. Gassian is in. Jackster is in. So we have got a few.
We have got a
few
few
people
for it.
have rolled the dice. I think those drivers will be quick, but I don't think enough have pitted to really justify the move. Ghost Rider's going for softs.
And as we've
I think it's a
seen,
bold call.
there's just... It is, as you've said, it is so difficult to overtake on this track. Is it worth the risk? I just don't think it is. Most people have gone for mediums as well.
I would go for the medium. It's the better tyre.
Yeah,
The
true.
softs will be great for 4, 5, maybe 6 laps.
But as
after
we
the
saw at
safety
the
car,
start of the
but then
race
they
with
drop.
Alex,
Yeah, exactly. And if you look, all bar Ghost Rider of those piston cars have put the medium tyre on, not soft.
yeah. It's going to be a very interesting end to the race. I mean, big shout out to Dumbest Hornet, who has had a pretty... I'm going to be brutal because I'm his brother. He's had an absolutely dire season this season. There's no other way to put it. And it's getting towards the point where we're thinking about promotions, we're thinking about demotions, and Dumbest Hornet's going, oh no, I need to put in some big performances here if I'm going to keep my seat in Tier 2.
Yeah, in a nice way, he's at the wrong end of the grid in the standings. He's at the wrong end of the action, and a result like this could justify him staying put. But can we just make a more important point here that Hoseman, my prediction for the race win, is winning.
So far.
And your prediction for the race win is out.
Yeah, alright. That he had a very
So-
unfortunately timed safety car. By
He
the
also
looks of his
crashed.
pace,
He also created the safety car by crashing.
he did create a safety car by crashing.
It's
That
a
was
shame. It is
that
a
was
shame.
very unfortunate because by his pace alone, from what we saw, he could have very easily walked away with this. Because his pace was just really on fire this week.
Yeah, in fairness to him, he was flying, and it's a shame, but that's racing. It happens. We all make mistakes. We all have moments.
Yeah, exactly. But shout out to Melvin, who our Tier 3 driver, sitting very comfortably in P8 at the moment.
He is, and he's a man who's pushing and wanting a Tier 2 spot next season.
is.
So, yeah, good to see that he's not just talking aloud, but doing his talking on track too.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair play to the man. I mean, there's been really, really great racing, to be fair.
We've got an update on Fanning. His young boy
Yeah.
has apparently turned off the Wi-Fi
Oh.
mid-race. That is why he disconnected.
Oh no!
That's a disaster for Thomas.
That's absolutely gutting.
That's the sort of thing that would make you want to cry.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Mind you, he's in P14, so he's not even in last despite.
Indeed.
Race safety car is coming in.
Now then, we will have 11 laps of racing action to go.
We will indeed.
Captain Nibs on the medium in P5. As I said earlier, he's the one to watch on that medium tyre. Just keep an eye.
He could really ruin Sociopath's day here, to be honest.
He could. There's a chance of a podium for him. But anyway, where is Hosman going to go?
He's not gone yet. He's not gone yet. He's going. And Dumbest Hornet says, nice try. He's absolutely with him and has had a very nice restart
look at Sociopath.
there. Oh,
Sociopath
what a restart!
Oh, he had to brake to avoid the back of Carl.
And that's put... Oh, Hosman's round!
Hosman's round!
Oh, that's huge!
Oh, my word. And Captain Nibs is going to go for a move on the outside of Sociopath.
He's having a look. He is desperate to try and get a move done here and get on that podium.
Indeed. Oh, Hosman. I put all my money on you. And this is a yellow flag and several drivers
3 seconds for Captain Nibs and contact!
Oh,
big contact! Oh no! That's going to be... Oh, virtual safety car.
Yeah, there's a lot of debris, a lot of damage. Oh,
Alex gets 5 seconds for a severe collision with Simba.
Oh, no, I don't know if that was his fault or not. That might have been because of the chaos ahead.
We might see that in the stewards. Oh, no, it's a virtual. It says virtual on my screen still.
Look on the map. I see the safety car at turn 1.
I do as well. What is going on?
Oh, yeah, there we go. The game has updated.
There it is. Okay.
There you go.
I think Dumbest Hornet breathes a sigh of relief.
Yep, Dumbest Hornet right now chuckles.
He goes, oh, that actually is perfect, another safety car, and I'm gonna stay out. If the rest of the grid were to pit behind him now, he'd be in a little bit of a situation, but none of them do, so he's fine.
We're going to see Sociopath, Captain Nibs, Genie. No, Genie doesn't. Simba does. We're going to see Melvin, of course Hosman, all into the pits. They have all got damage. They need to repair their cars. And while they're at it, they might as well at this point go for a set of softs.
Yeah.
Might as well.
That has... There's no other way to put it. That has
thrown
ruined it
the
for
title
Sociopath.
wide open.
That is just absolutely gutting for him. But I have to say, there aren't... Actually, Alex Agieric, up in P6, probably feels quite good about himself right now. Has had a very nice little fight back. Is suddenly going to get some decent points out of this.
Yeah, so that's... Right now, Alex Agieric, okay, there's some penalties to take into consideration, but he's now on for 8 points. He's currently 14 behind his teammate. This would put him a net 6 points behind his teammate.
There you go.
Going into the final rounds. And before this safety car, he was looking at being out of contention. So
yeah,
this has swung the table round. Same goes for Genie in P4. This is just what he needed.
And if he can keep close to Carl, he could still get a podium here, Mr. Genie.
Lorky is also a very far outsider. He needs a big result here to hope that people around him fail, as they have been. So Lorky, Genie, and Alex right now are laughing. Womack's now into the points in P9 with 2 points.
Yeah.
He'll be hoping to make some more moves.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally wide open at this point. And again, another shout out to Ghost Rider up into P7 all of a sudden.
Yes, definitely.
Very nice little race from him. I mean, yeah, I could not predict a winner at this point. Chris has looked really strong all race. He's a fan of a little pirouette, so there's no 100% guarantee he's going to have a perfect end to this race. And Genie's had a really very impressive season from start to finish. He's not out of contention for a win yet. So it is very, very wide open, and I expect the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So we're probably going to see some big tyre heating going on for all of those hard runners. Oh, Chris, you might want to stay off the grass, mate. Just a little brotherly tip there. There you go. Has my Cocom disappeared?
Sorry, I was taking a breath because I just had to go and make sure the defibrillator was nearby. My heart was close to cardiac arrest.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's all very open, and it's going to be a very, very exciting end to this race, I think.
Yeah, I think right now the top four all being on old hard tyres. That's not to try and tempt fate. They should be fine, but Error Voice and P5 on the newer mediums, Ghost Rider P7, Gassian and Womack and Jackster, they are all going to really give him a hard time.
Yeah, they are going to be fighting back.
Alex is going to struggle as well now that he's on the mediums that are starting to have a bit of life. He's going to struggle.
Yeah, 12 lap old mediums is not the one at this
they'll
point in
be
the race.
Fine for the end of the race, but compared to the newer ones behind, he may be in trouble. Thomas Hornet needs to hope that, just like we saw in Singapore, that the cars behind him can defend and fight the battles so that he doesn't have to.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. He's coming round the penultimate corner. They're not doing slow restarts today, these Tier 2 drivers. They
want to get on with it.
They're carrying a bit of pace. Fair play to him. And
Let's see if they can actually carry this pace on in the racing.
He goes earlier than anyone else has gone. And it's kind of worked in his favour a little bit.
Yep, he looks okay. Bit's not quite with him, but look behind him. Genie on Lorpy. Genie at the inside.
He's going!
He's made a move.
He's trying.
It's a squeeze, but Lorpy's got a great exit.
So has Genie, to be fair. They are neck and neck.
Still side by side.
Oh, bit of contact there.
Can Genie go around the outside? He can, and now have the inside for turn 3, and that's a move.
Oh, what a move by Genie! And then Error Voice is having a look.
Error Voice. And he backs out of it. Lorp just holds on. Next up is Alex's Jarek trying to sneak a nose in here.
Oh, he is. Oh, Womax is round by... Oh, no, he's just fighting. I thought Womax had gone round. Can you know Genie's going to want to fight hard for this? Because if he can get P2, P1, that is going to be huge for his title fight.
Oh, collision between Alex and Error Voice.
Oh, not what you want to see. Error Voice is... Yeah, he's there. And Womax is trying to bring it to him.
And there's a pit. There's a pit stop being made by Loppy. He did get damaged. He must have got damaged and all that. But look at the gap. The front three have pulled out a gap, especially the top two. That could be critical for the rest of the race. The cars behind are fighting, and by the time they catch up, will they have any laps to get past? Are we looking at a Dummers Hornet victory in Hungary? Is this his Jensen Button moment? I don't think he's won a Tier 2 race before.
Melvin's out!
Melvin's retired!
No, no! And another safety car!
Safety car. Actually, you know who'll be really happy right now?
Go on.
Dummers Hornet.
Yeah.
Because it'll be another 2 to 3 laps. Well, we have this lap, then the next lap, and then there'll be 3 laps of safety car. So this safety car will come in at the end of lap 31. That will give him 4 laps, and 3 of which he will not have to worry about DRS.
Yeah.
With 2 cars right behind him. And at this point, no one pits at this point. Apart from the cars who are out of the top 10, they might pit, but the top 10, none of them will pit.
I'll tell you who's probably really happy. Genie.
Yeah, Genie's in a great place right now.
He wasn't closing that gap too quickly to Carl, and now he's right on the back. It's exactly what he needed.
Carl's 3-second penalty is a problem for him right now. That's going to cost him a podium right now. Before that safety car, Carl could have had a podium.
But now it's looking a bit rough for Carl to keep that podium now. Mind you, let's have a look at the penalties quickly. It's got 3 seconds for Carl, 5 for Era Voice, 10 for Alex Ajeric, 3 for Gatian, 3 for Nibs, and 3 for Ghost Rider. So actually, if Bit just stays ahead of Era Voice, he could still hold on to that podium with that 5-second penalty from Fabian. It's not all over for Carl yet. This could be very, very interesting.
Indeed. I personally, right now, dumb as Hornet. He's got to do it.
Yeah.
Genie and Carl, if Genie plays sensible here and just assesses that his ties with chances, if he gets hold of P2, which he should do, he's still in with a chance of the title hopes.
He is.
As for Bits, well, he's got a 3-second penalty, so he doesn't want to waste time fighting too hard. He wants to just hang on to the back of Dumbest Hornet and see what happens to the cars behind him. That is his best bet. So, and that all plays into the hand of Dumbest Hornet, who knows that the cars behind can't afford to fight him hard because they need just to pull away.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Jill says Era Voice's penalty will be removed, apparently. So I'm not sure what's caused it. We'll see it in the steward's room for definite, I'm sure.
Yes, of course. There was a lot of penalties thrown out following that in that collision with Captain Nibs, Simba, Alex. I think Genie was involved. There's quite a lot of people involved in that, so I'm sure that will get reviewed extensively. So rest assured, everyone.
We will be doing our job as stewards.
Well, indeed, of course.
So we've just got to wait for Loppy to catch up. One more lap.
Yeah, one more lap. And then we'll be back to business.
And we will have a 3-lap shootout. 4-lap shootout. 4 laps.
4 laps, and of course DRS is detected at the end of the 3rd lap. So the DRS will not come alive until the end of lap 34. So we'll get 1 lap of DRS, the final lap.
Yeah, indeed.
So the final lap will have DRS, which means as long as Dumbest Hornet, Bit and Genie can hold on to their ERS for that lap, they should be able to hang on. They've just got to play their cards right.
Absolutely. And I say this again as a loving brother, Dumbest Hornet needs to keep his head.
Yes.
He's a P1 panicker.
I can relate.
I can relate. I'm exactly the same. I'm in P1 and I'm there going, I'm in P1. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It's fine. You're just racing.
It's just racing. It's just P1.
Yeah.
It's just a race win. It's
fine. It's nothing.
He's a fine.
He's a fine. Fabian says on his girlfriend's account, got the 5 seconds for overtaking a crashed car.
Yeah. Just make sure you make your reports, ladies and gentlefolk. Cats and dogs, light bulbs and traffic cones, whatever you identify as.
Make sure you've got your forms, you've got your footage, and we will do the rest.
Indeed. Now then. Here we go. Final sector, and the safety car will surely be in this lap without a shadow of doubt.
I would think so.
It will be.
There we
are. There it is. There's the confirmation. Off goes Bert Mylander.
This is going to be a
big goes Mylander.
End to the race.
Dumbest Hornet will win this race. You heard it here.
Don't jinx him now.
I mean, we've both put our money on people who've not got points as it stands. So
yes.
Yeah. Now then. Mr. Pratt, you have 4 laps to hold on.
Here he
Mr.
goes.
Edens and Mr. Atwood do the same.
He goes early again, and it's kind of paid off again.
It does, but look just behind. Error Voice is looking ever so hungry in the back of Genie. Just behind him is Alex. Alex gets removed on the inside.
Oh, and he outbrakes himself.
Bit of contact, and yeah, he's off track, and that's going to cost him some Rumax now. And that fight between Rumax and Alex is just what Error Voice and Genie would want to see. Because Rumax and Alex not fighting them, and fighting each other, that gives them time to run away.
It does. Wumax is literally right on the back of Alex Ajeric here.
Genie runs a bit wide at turn 4. His tyres might not be quite as good as he thought they were.
Needs to get a little bit more heat in them, maybe.
Indeed, that restart will not have helped him on those hard tyres. Now then, is Rob going to play the team game for the guys up ahead like we saw Lando and Carlos do? Is he just going to back the pack up? No, he knows that Carl's got a penalty. He does not need to fight Carl, but Carl, he's fighting Dumbest Hornet. He wants to take the win on track.
He does. You can see how hungry Carl is.
Indeed. It's like he's not had dinner for 7 weeks.
Oh.
He's hungry in Hungary.
Yes, the things we love to see. Here comes Voice though. What an exit! He's chasing down Genie. He's got a good run.
Yeah, there he goes. Rob's going to have no grip on the exit here to come back. He might try to switch back, but yeah, he's just got no traction. And that's Voice in a position for a potential win here now. If he can get past Carl.
Chris is opening up the gap from Carl slowly. He wants to break that DRS this lap, really.
Look at Alex on the back of Rob on Genie. He is
pushing him along.
And so's Gatian and Wumax.
This is very, very tight in there. And Gatian right on the back of Wumax. And Jackster's right on the back of Gatian. It's just one long train at the moment. Chris has opened up that DRS gap now. He's got enough life in those tyres to keep going for the moment. Alex has a lot more pace than Genie. Unfortunately, Genie can see that podium getting further and further away.
Oh, collision between Gatian and Wumax.
Oh,
and
no,
Rob's
keep it
rear
clean,
end
boys.
is not looking good. I'm looking at Genie here.
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
He's very slippy slidey. There's the DRS.
But it's not alive until this time next lap. I'd say it's looking good for the front two. It's looking good.
Here comes Alex. Oh, he tries to send it. Oh, that was... Oh, there's contact and he's round.
Alex is round. That is Alex's title hopes done and dusted.
Yeah.
Almost certainly. Well, it's not quite actually, because Alex is Eric and his teammate Sociopath are out of the points together. But this means that Genie has got a chance. But look at the run that Hosman's got on Gatian. Oh my word, Captain Nibs is out. We've got a big pile-up coming out of turn 3. And, well, sorry, nearly a big pile-up even.
Oh my gosh. It's all happening.
Look at this. Error voice from the back of Carl for P2. I think Carl will lose position here. I think Error voice has got the pace to make a move.
I think he will, unfortunately.
Look at the train of hungry lions on the back of Genie.
Genie's doing an excellent voice defense. Here comes Hosman. He chucks it up the inside. Can he get the move done? He got a nice exit. What a move. But he's coming back. Gatian comes back.
Hosman will have the grip on the exit. There you go. And
gets the move done.
Yeah, Hosman positioned his car perfectly. And Wumax is through as well. Gatian lost 2 positions in 4 corners.
Here comes Hosman. He goes to the outside line. That's very sensible.
Oh, there's a contact between Wumax, Gatian and Genie. Oh, wow. Genie
gets the move done.
Just escapes there. Gatian goes off track. Wumax is through.
Era Voice is through on bit. Can he? Does he have the pace to close that gap to Demonstrone by the end of the lap?
I don't think he does. And even if he does, there's nowhere to pass. Look at the gaggle of cars, though, from 6th down to P11. Oh, wow. That is the fight you want to be looking at.
Yeah. Oh, Ghost Rider tries to send it up, but doesn't quite pull it off.
This is absolute chaos.
It really is, but it is some excellent driving by these Tier 2 boys.
But Thomas Hornet, look at him. 1 sec to go.
We'll just jump up to him for the end of this race, because Era Voice is right there. I don't think he's quite got enough.
He'll be fine for me. And oh no! Simba's round!
Oh, Simba's out!
There's been a collision with him and Lorpy.
Oh no, not what you want to see. But here comes Dumbest Hornet, taking the win in Hungary, followed by Era Voice. Bit jumps based on that penalty, which we may see. Hosman's up to P2. Era Voice may come back after stewarding. Genie takes P5, followed by Wumax, Jackster, Sociopath, Gatian, Ghost Rider, Alex, Ajiric. Fanning, unfortunately, after disconnecting, does not come back, but will still be coming home in P12, followed by Loppy in P13.
Now,
what a race.
I'm fairly confident that because of the results, the title race is not a done deal. However, before Before we say for definite, we will please make a point that stewarding will potentially have an impact on the racing, so results
Yeah,
will be provisional and the title outcome will be to be announced.
absolutely. This is all provisional until we are done. And oh, Chris, that is an absolutely terrible podium celebration.
Yeah, what is that? That's
Oh dear.
hard drive checking kind of moment. Check your hard drive, lad.
But he takes the win. Fair play. He drove a very, very good race. So, again, our provisional finishers are Dumbest Hornet in P1, followed by Hosman, Bit, Irivoice, Genie, Woomax, Jackster. Sociopath ends up in P8. Gatian and Ghost Rider takes the final points position, followed by Alex Jerick, Fanning, Loppy, Simba, Captain Nibs, Melvin, Fox, Redcar, Monster, and Connor. Do you have a driver of the day, Mr. Bailey?
It's got to be Dumbest Hornet. I believe that's his first win in Tier 2, and even if it's not, fantastic from him. That was incredibly well-driven, well-managed race, and he deserves that win.
P9 to P1, very good drive.
Great
Can't
drive.
disagree
I'm
with
not
you
being
there, fair
biased
play.
here, but your brother's done a great job.
He has done a fantastic job, well done. So thank you all for joining us in the YouTube chat. We will be back ASA. Apologies. I think I'm back. Apologies, just disconnected my
ASA?
microphone. ASAP, we will be back. The Tier 1 boys will be going literally as soon as everyone is in the lobby. Thank you for joining me, Chris Bailey. It's been lovely to be back on comms with you.
And thank you to yourself. It's been wonderful.
And we will see you all very, very shortly for Tier 1. Good night.
Bye.